Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for dialing into our webinar brought to you by Leap and sponsored by Blue Collar Media and Contractor Dynamics. Before we get started, let's make sure things are working smoothly. If you can hear me, head over to the chat button at the bottom of the screen and tell us what your current video marketing skills are looking like these days. Are you a newbie? Are you somewhat experienced? Or are you expert level? Just want to get a feel for the audience on where your level of expertise is in terms of video marketing. I would say I'm somewhat experienced. What about you, Melissa?
Somewhat experienced. I think I'm still going to learn some stuff today.
Yeah, same. And then the other two don't count because they're experts.
Obviously experts.
Yeah, so we have lots of people. They're brand new, looks like. Awesome. Kristen says somewhat experienced. Yeah, we have looking like newbies.
Well, even for those of us who are experienced, things are moving quickly and things are always changing. So
Yeah.
I am learning new things and improving every week. So it's a never-ending process.
Agreed. Awesome. Well, let's get started. My name is Danielle Bash. I'm a senior marketing manager at Leap, and I'll be your host for today. The Leap platform helps contractors grow revenue, scale operations, create a professional experience, and protect margins. We provide CRM, project management, and point of sale functionality to home improvement contractors of all different sizes. And today, Patrick Carr, president and partner of Leap, of Blue Collar Media, and Joseph Hughes, owner of Contractor Dynamics, are going to teach you how to use video marketing to generate leads and increase traffic to your website. Then Melissa, she is product marketing manager, from Leap, will show you how you can easily turn those leads into dollars right inside Leap's platform. You can expect the group to present for about 40 minutes, and we'll conduct a short Q&A at the end of the presentation. If you have any questions during the webinar, please type them in the chat window and we'll address them during the Q&A. By the end of our time today, we hope you feel more confident about video marketing to generate awareness and revenue for your company. So first, Patrick Carr is going to speak. Take it away, Patrick.
Well, I really appreciate it. Thank you to Leap. Obviously, it's good to be able to sit down with Joe and Melissa again and be able to talk to y'all about what we do every single day, how to dominate with video content. Here's the fact is that anybody on this call knows that you should be creating video, but for a number of different reasons, many of us do not. And today, what I want to do in my portion of this is give you some tips, some tricks, some things that are going to make it easier, more productive for you to create video content that is engaging to your audience. The one thing when we work with clients, as you can see here in the field, the picture in front of you, we go out into the field every day. You can go to the next slide. We go out into the field every day with our clients and we create content with them. Commercials, advertisements, process videos, testimonials, anything in the field. Last year, we created over 2,000 videos. I say that because we know what works out there. We know what's going to get engagement. We know what people are going to pay attention to. And so today, I'm going to help you a little bit into hopefully generating some content that is going to be engaging and some little tricks and some apps and some things you can use internally within your company that are going to do exactly that. Go to the next one. I always like to start with this. All right. These are 3 apps that, in my opinion, everybody should have on their phone. And I want to run through them each with you right now. The first one, in my opinion, being the most important one. I would have paid thousands of dollars to have this app on my phone probably about 6 months ago. But the app in the purple right there on your screen is called Captions. And you can simply just put captions into any app store that you have out there. Folks, here's what you got to understand when you create a video and you post it on social media. 80% of the video that you're going to post is watched without sound. 80%. People are watching your content while they're in the bathroom at work, while they're in bed with their significant other, while they're at their desk, at wherever their job might be. And so they're not watching that with sound. And if they are, it's only briefly. Captions is going to generate those great captions that are pop, that are different colors, that are going to garner attention from your audience. It seamlessly does it quickly. It is easy to do. They have a variety of different fonts and different sizes and colors. It takes minutes to be able to take your video that looks good and turn it into great with simply just this captions app. It costs, I think, $3.99 a month. In addition, you can do things like add background music. You can denoise if you've got some background noise. There's some really also cool features that you can do all within the Captions app. It is by far the best that there is. You can also have it as an app on your Apple Mac, if that's what you're using, so that you can use it when you're editing video. The next one that you see there, for the first 6 months of me running this company, I did everything from a cell phone. I didn't even know how to use a camera, embarrassingly enough. There's a whole story behind that. The middle thing that you see right there is called Power Director. It is, in my opinion, the best editing software for your cell phone that you're ever going to find. So the first app we have is Captions. The second one you can look up in your app store is Power Director. Power Director is, like I say, it is the all-in-one editing software within your phone. It will allow you to add in music, transitions, all these cool things that maybe you might think are only available on your laptop or in pro editing software. This one right here puts it all at your fingertips and makes it extremely easy to do. So if you are out there, you're taking video content, please get these right here. They will change the way you're able to do video on your phone. Last one you see right there looks like a W and an E is WeTransfer, everybody. Now, some of you are familiar with this, others of you may not be, but when you're just beginning to create video for your company, a lot of times you have trouble sending that video back and forth between people in your company. You may try to email it, and when you get it on the other end, it just looks like crap. It looks grainy. It looks like the quality is gone. WeTransfer will stop that for everybody. You go to WeTransfer.com, or you can just simply get the app on your phone. But WeTransfer.com or simply the app, all you do is just upload the video right to there, click on somebody's email, and send it right to them. When they open it, the video will not lose any quality. WeTransfer videos, if we have to send them to a client or something along those lines on the fly, we will sometimes use WeTransfer, but it's great for companies if you've got to send that video to somebody and you don't want to lose any video quality. So these are 3 apps that you can put on your phone right now that can change the way that you begin to look at the content. Again, that's Captions, Power Director, and WeTransfer, everyone. Go ahead. All right. The next thing, this is going to sound simple, but it is extremely, extremely important, everyone. Many of you don't use the power of your cell phone when you are creating content. All right. These are 3 screenshots. And I really want you to pay attention to what's in the top right corner where that nice gold arrow is. What this is I want everyone, if you're sitting there right now at your laptop, to open up your phone and go to video, like you're going to take a video right now. When you do that, you'll look in the top right-hand corner, like I have those arrows pointed to, and you're going to see 2 numbers, or 2 letters and numbers, HD and 30. Or it may say HD and 24. What I want to show you here is that these settings, by simply just clicking on them, can be changed immediately, and they make a big difference. The first one I want you to do is you click on the 30 or the 24, and you'll see it changes to 60. That is the frames per second. That's how many little tiny individual pictures your phone is taking per second to generate that video. Once you do that, if you take your phone and you do like this and you move it around, you'll see there's less lag. The picture will look crisper immediately. I say this because contractors, when you're out there taking a video with your phone to show a homeowner, you will immediately make the difference in the quality of your video by simply clicking from that 30 over to that 60. The next thing you can do is on the right-hand screen I have on the right here is that you can click on that HD and it will become 4K. That's the number of pixels across the screen. So now you've got more pixels, which would mean that you've got a denser quality and you've got 60 frames per second so that things look crisp. This will make an immediate difference, everyone, in what exactly it's going to do for and how clear your videos are for you. Now, there's a real tendency for people to go, okay, Patrick, well, let me just go ahead and click everything over to 4K 60 because that's the highest quality that I can shoot in. Please do not do that. When you post a video over to Facebook, Instagram, or any one of these other social media apps, it's going to attempt to compress the video if it sees that it's in 4K because it wants to save space on its server. So what you want to do is you want to keep it in HD, which is 1080. That's fine for a 5-inch screen. No one will know the difference. And move it over to 60. So it's HD 60. When you post that over to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you're going to post it, it's going to give the highest quality picture because it's not going to compress that video as much as it does a 4K. Now, some people will say HD 30 is a better picture. I like HD 60. This is a personal preference of mine. So the big thing I want to get across to you is you can change the settings on your phone to make a better video. You just have to do that in that top right corner, which so few people will actually do. You've got this beautiful iPhone, whatever it is now, or even the Google ones. Make sure that you're using the full power of that cell phone for yourself. Go ahead. All right. I want to go through here. This is just an example right here, some videos that we take. You can go to the next page. This is a testimonial video. And I only say that because I want to go through my last portion right here, some things that you should do and things you should never do on videos. I'm going to start with some things that you should do. Speak in your own voice, everybody. I heard a client the other day say, you know, we're all so busy trying to be somebody else, sometimes we forget who we are. I see people when they turn the camera on, we do it all the time, and they go from talking like this to, yeah, you know, I just want to, and it doesn't seem authentic. Speak in the voice that you have. It will come across to your audience. And that's where things begin to get special, is when people get to know you, like you, and trust you. Number 2 is to begin with action, meaning I know it's real tempting to just begin with sitting at a desk, but if you're getting up from that desk and looking at your phone, what you've done is you've captured somebody's attention who's scrolling through their feed by just simply moving in the beginning of the video. This means that you can move through your office, or you can be on a roof and you could be walking it. You could be walking around a job site. Keep movement in your videos and people are going to keep their attention on you. Please do not be afraid to mess up. And if you mess up in your video, keep it in there. I sometimes have seen that some of my most engaging content has words that are misspelled. Don't go back. Let people engage with you. Let them engage with your content. I'm not saying to do it every time, but I'm saying a mess up shows that you're authentic in what you're doing, that you're not taking 30 takes to get there. We already went over using captions and why you should do that. The next thing I want to say is, please, and this is going to go with the first on the other one, get to the point in the first 3 seconds. People's minds are like goldfish right now. They want to know why they should be paying attention to you. Give it to them. Let them know in the first 3 seconds why they should be there. I know Joe's going to go over this in a little bit more depth about what that can do for your video content. And the final thing I want to say is this, is to pause. A lot of people that we interview, we do testimonials with, they are worried about how long, what they're going to sound like, and they begin to go through words very quickly without pausing so that people will pay attention to them. They hope they don't lose their audience, blah, 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 blah. Pause. If you just pause, it won't be as long as what you possibly think that it is, and people are going to pay attention to your words a lot more closely. And finally, I want to end with this, what you should never do. Never introduce yourself, your company, or your position to start your video. This is the easiest way for people to do it. Hi, my name is Patrick Carr, Blue Collar Media Group, or President, Blue Collar Media Group. And today, and this is the second part, today I wanted to jump on because I wanted to talk to you about blank. Folks, they know why you're there or you wouldn't be there. So you don't need to tell them that you have something to say or that you have a thought you wanted to share. Get to the point about why someone should pay attention to you. Today, I have an offer for blank. Today, I want to tell you this. Give them the information that they came for, all right? The next thing, don't speak differently on camera. We've already said this, is that use your own voice. And pause, we said earlier, instead of using ums and likes. There is nothing that will break down your engagement, like not getting to the point and then going in and using those ums and those likes. Boy, I just did it right there. So I can tell you, it'll definitely be frustrating. And the last thing I want to say, and I know Joe touches on this because I got it from him, so I will give him full credit for this. Never leave without a call to action. Never leave without telling people why you were there. People are hungry for what you have to offer if you'll give it to them. And so please be sure that you do that. I want to give you some video ideas right here. From left to right, the top left right there is Shamrock Roofing, the Equipter. Take a piece of equipment that you're proud of. Show people why you are. Next, get on top of a roof. We have number 3 right there, a nice front shot of a roof being done. And then the bottom 2 I wanted to go over with you. The bottom center picture right there is at a pizza restaurant. Don't be afraid to get out there into your neighborhood, into your community. Highlight a business that you know and that you love. We have a group in Georgia. They do hero hotspots, hero roofing, where they go around to different places and say why you should go there. There's no better way to get goodwill for individuals than saying, hey, I believe in your business and you should believe in mine. And the final bottom picture right there is, if you have a company event, film it. That is Eustis Roofing in Central Florida, about 400 people that are at their Christmas party. And they're there to film it and to show, hey, listen, we care about our people. If you can do things like that, you can separate yourself and your content from the competition. That's all I got, folks. So I hope you found a little bit of that useful. And of course, I want to turn it over to Joe right now.
All right, Patrick, thank you so much for teeing that up. I'm taking notes here in my little notebook. For example, the HD60, I did not know about that. So I will be doing that. And I am not an editor, but those apps are definitely essential to have, whether it's a contracting company owner or someone on your team who is utilizing those. Like I said, those are things that we did not have 6 to 12 months ago. So powerful. So I'm going to go into everyone on how to, where to put these amazing videos that you have created, right? So just a little bit of context. Maybe I should have had a slide on this, but I really want to make it all about you guys. My company, Contractor Dynamics, we're a marketing training company. We started in 2013, so a little over 10 years old. And what we do is we provide marketing training for roofing and contracting companies. So all day, every day, our team of marketing trainers is working with our clients, hands-on, helping them to create content, helping them to run their social media, helping them to run social media ads, helping them to build out their marketing machine inside their business. So we train companies on how to do their own marketing. We don't do it for you. So what I'm sharing with you guys today is what's working today, not what worked 6 months ago or 12 months ago, because things are changing so fast. But what we are working on with our clients every day, we work with clients that are startups. We work with clients that are shooting for $100 million a year, or sorry, $100 million this year, and everywhere in between. It doesn't matter what size company you are. Today, there is the currency is attention. This is concept I use called 5 Mile Famous. So you're a local contractor, okay? You don't need the entire state or the entire even county to know about you. You just need to focus on your 5 mile radius. How can you get everyone in a 5 mile radius to know who you are and what you do, and ideally associate with you in a positive way? Now you might say, hey, Joe, well, you know, we're a bigger company, or we're a commercial company, or we have multiple locations. Okay, your mileage literally may vary. So take that 5 mile famous concept and you can use that for, 10 mile famous, or if you're commercial, it's 25 mile famous, or if you have multiple locations, it's 5 miles in a whole bunch of different locations. All right. The idea there is I would like you to wake up every day, you and or someone inside your company, wake up every day and think about how can we get more people to know about us today than knew about us yesterday. And that is the name of the game. It's not about going out there and hunting for sales. If you're doing that, go knock on some doors, go pick up the phone. This video marketing is all about planting seeds every day in our market, because we never know when any one person in our market is going to be ready to make a decision about their property, whether it's a roof, whether it's something else. We never know. So we want to be planting seeds every day. So our audience, and by the way, I'm going to get into some of these slides. I'm going to share some of the Instagram accounts, screenshots from them, from some of the companies that we work with, just so you guys can see some examples of this content out there in the wild. Patrick and I can sit here and talk about all these concepts and everything, but a lot of times, my experience with presenting is that things don't necessarily click until you can see other companies doing them. And then you're like, oh, well, I can do that. Or, oh, we can come up with a good idea as a spin on that, or whatever it might be. I will say, however, the ones that I'm sharing, the examples that I'm sharing, such as Boss Exteriors here in the Pacific Northwest, some of these companies do have full-time in-house video people. So their videos are very good. So don't get intimidated, right? Don't think that you need to be at a certain level in order to get started. You don't have to be great to get started, but you do need to start in order to become great, right? So just take that first step, no matter what that is for you, all right? So your audience is not just your next customer. Like I talked about, our goal is to become 5 mile famous. Our audience with this video content is to get in front of anyone that could be an advocate for our company, right? That might be a past customer. It might be, someone that can refer someone in a local Facebook group, or mention your company, at the country club, or, whatever it might be, right? You want to have that TOMA, which is that top of mind awareness. So when someone, say you're a roofing company and I live at the Jersey Shore, okay, we fist pump here at the Jersey Shore. And there's a homeowner that needs a roof, okay? I want my company to be the company that people think of first when they need the services that I offer. Or, when someone's in a local Facebook group, and that town Facebook group, and a next door group, and like, hey, I'm looking for, who has a recommendation for a roofing company, I want my name personally and or my company name to be top of mind. So that is our goal. And ultimately, we want people to be like, man, I see you guys everywhere. So this video marketing component is extremely powerful, because the average American adult spends over 4 hours a day on their smartphone. However, marketing is about doing a bunch of different things, right? It's the video marketing, it's your yard signs, it's your door hangers, it's your wrap trucks, it's your presence in the community, like Patrick was saying, of these local businesses and things like that. So ultimately, we want that omnipresence effect, where it's like, man, I see you guys everywhere, and that's going to become a top of mind company. Let's go ahead. So I'm going to get a little bit more narrow here, a little bit more tactical now that you understand this concept. So my bad on this slide. I should have said 4 places. I had 3, and then I added one. I added the first one, which is your website, right? So that is your home base for everything. That is where the savvy consumer is going to go to check out what's going on with your company. The average American consumer does 70% of their research online before they reach out to a company for the first time. Okay. So think about how you do your research when it's time to make a big decision. It might be a vehicle, it might be something else to do with your property or your business or whatever it might be. You're doing a lot of research. You're checking out different options. You're getting retargeted on social media. You're checking out Google reviews. You're checking out websites. You're seeing, especially if it's a service business, who can I trust? Who do I feel comfortable with, right? So these videos that Patrick was talking about, they can be used on your website. They can be in your blog. They can be on your about page. They can be on your home page. They can be on your careers page or join the team page, and all of those places. And a lot of times, we create these videos and we put them on social media, which I'll get to in a minute, and they have a relatively short shelf life, right? We might post a reel and it might have a shelf life of like a week before it just gets buried by a million other pieces of content. Well, when we put our content on our website, it's more what we call evergreen, which means that it's going to be there, until we take it down. So instead of just getting a week's worth of playtime on that video, you're able to generate traffic to that and get thousands and thousands of people to see that video. The second place where we can utilize this video, and a lot of people really don't think about this, is in your sales process. So a lot of our clients are, and this is going to depend on, how big of a company you are, how many, resources you have. If you're using Leap, you can definitely utilize some of these things I'm going to talk about. But if a lead comes in today, or say a lead comes in at 10 o'clock tonight, okay, I'm not available. I'm not even awake to respond to that lead, but we can have some automation going out, some text message, some email automation to go out to that prospect, to that property owner, to keep them warm, to provide some value until we can get to the phone and set that appointment. So that might be, hey, here's a little bit about us. Here's a little bit about our process. Here's some video testimonials from other homeowners just like you who have trusted us to replace their roof, whatever it might be. So you can have a lead handling automation. You can have a pre-appointment automation. Hey, you have an appointment coming up on Saturday. Patrick Carr is going to be coming out to inspect your roof. Here's what to expect. It's going to take about 45 minutes. He's going to need access to your roof. He's going to need to pull in your driveway, whatever it might be, right? Here's how that appointment is going to go. Because think about it, when people are investing in home services, home improvements, property improvements, whatever it might be, it's something that they don't do all the time. So they're not comfortable with it. So we need to give them that level of comfort at every single touch point. Similarly, after that appointment, if you don't close that appointment, well, you can drip them out some more content, video testimonials and things like that to help them get a sense of comfort for your company. Right. And then you can also do a pre-construction, a post-construction, long-term nurture, all those sorts of things that are a part of your sales process. Getting into the social media aspect, which is one of the reasons why you might be here. We have two different versions of, I don't want to say versions, but two different uses of social media. Organic social media is a term for the free social media content that you put out. So in other words, as a business, you're putting out content on your Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can just put that out freely. You don't have to pay to put that out. That's awesome. You should be doing that every single day. I'm going to give you a content calendar in just a couple of minutes to take some of that thinking out of it. However, one of the downsides of that organic content is it can be hard to get it in front of a lot of people, right? You have a certain number of followers on your social media profiles, and you can have the best video in the world. You can hire Patrick and his team to come out and produce an amazing video. You can put it out on your social media, but only a fixed number of people are actually going to see that content. So that's when we get into paid social media, which is what I'm talking about today, which is Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So Facebook owns Instagram. So you go into Facebook Business Manager to run your ad campaigns. You can click the button that says display my ads on Instagram as well. So you're running your video content to an audience on Facebook and Instagram in that 5-mile radius or 10-mile radius, whatever you want. And now, instead of getting the 743 followers that you have to see your video, you're all of a sudden getting that video out in front of literally tens of thousands of people in your market. Not all on day one, but over a period of time. So that's a way to take the content that you've already done and get more eyeballs on your brand. So this is an example. If you want to go check out Contractor Dynamics, our social media, we're running a bunch of, I think we have 10 different videos running just as brand awareness ads, just 365 every day of the year. So that is a powerful way to utilize social media to get more eyeballs on your content. So this is an example of your website content, Young Construction in Northern Iowa. Check those guys out. Really good content. They're putting a lot of these videos of what they do in the community, roof rescue. They do a roof giveaway. There's the owner, Dan Young, in there. And they're just showing off what they're doing on a regular basis. Like Patrick said, you're having an event, make sure you get a video person or just use your phone to document that, because that people like to see people, right? People do business with people. Go ahead. So your sales process, I'm just giving you examples of these different things. I kind of talked through these things a little bit, but your auto response for a new lead, your pre-appointment, what to expect, here's some education, adding value at every step, right? As a business owner, as a marketing person, as a salesperson, we never want to follow up and be like, hey, Patrick, I'm just following up. did you get my quote? Like, that's lame. There's no value in that, right? So using these videos, we can text them like, hey, here's a video that covers the top 5 frequently asked questions that we get about roof replacements at the Jersey Shore, right? You're adding some value, you're standing out. Even if they don't watch that video, they see that you're sending them some value. You're going to differentiate yourself from the others that they are getting quotes and estimates from, okay? Pre-project, post-project, you can manually send videos. I am our sales manager. We have a couple sales guys on our team, but I send selfie videos almost every day to people that are in our pipeline and or to clients. Just, you know, turn on the old iPhone here, do a quick selfie video and send that out. The feedback you get on those things is amazing. And the expectation is 0. So you don't have to be fancy. You don't have to edit it. It's just a raw video that people really appreciate. And then that long-term nurture, right? So there's a whole bunch of people that get a quote from you, get an estimate from you, but for whatever reason, they might love you. They're just not ready to do business today, right? They might just be too busy. They might need to get their finances in order, whatever it might be. So the ability to stay in front of them with video content and to build that brand long-term is priceless, right? We don't want to spend all this time, money, and energy on generating leads only to just let them die on the vine because they're not ready to do business today, right? Most people are not ready today. So let's use video to continue to add value and keep our brand in front of them. Organic social media. There's a bunch of different channels these days. Now there's Threads that came out. There's TikTok, everyone's excited about all these things. I would rather see you go deep on 1 or 2 platforms than try to go wide and try to touch everything, okay? We are not, whether you're Leap or Contractor Dynamics or Patrick Carr, you might be a big contracting company on this webinar. No one here has a huge marketing team in their company to be able to be everywhere at once and go deep. So by going deep on 1 or 2 platforms, you're going to be able to get the data. You're going to see what's working, what's not, see what type of content people are engaging with, what type of content they're not, times of day, days of the week, that sort of thing. So for a contracting company, especially we're talking residential contracting company, even commercial, it doesn't matter. I would focus on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, okay? The beauty of that is that you can take the same videos, and I do this every day. You take the same video, post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, post it on LinkedIn, okay? So you're getting, and YouTube Shorts if you want as well. So you're getting a lot of mileage out of one single video instead of just posting it somewhere. And that's completely fine. The objection might be, well, people are going to see the same video in different places and get annoyed. They're not. There's so much noise out there in our world today. You gotta be everywhere. You gotta put a lot of lines in the water if you want to catch some fish. All right. So that's what I do every day. We have a reel, like a vertical reel. I put it on Instagram. I put it on Facebook. I put it on YouTube Shorts. We put it on LinkedIn. We put it on TikTok, and just reusing that content, repurposing that content. So I would focus on those 3. If you guys have questions about platforms and things like that, drop them in the chat and we can get to them in the Q&A section. So types of content. Rapid Restore Roofing, another really good example out in here in the Northeast in Long Island, New York. They put out some really good content. Again, these guys have a full-time in-house video person, which is not necessary, but they are able to create some awesome content. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but these are some example types of content that you can put out there, videos that you can create. Don't try to go out and create all these today. That's a recipe for failure. One of the most effective ones is the first one there, the FAQ videos. So what you do is simply make a list of questions that you're getting from your market, from your sales conversations, from people at your BNI meetings, your networking meetings, whatever it might be, family members, okay? People at the barbecue, what questions are you getting? And then turn those into videos. Answer 1 question per video. You can simply sit here at your desk or outside as long as there's no wind or background noise and just, hit record or have someone else hit record and just answer that question. The thing is, if Patrick has a question about financing his new roof replacement, I can pretty much guarantee there's a couple thousand other people in that 5-mile radius who might have that same question, okay? So then I'm putting that content out there to educate people, because remember, people are doing 70% of the research before they reach out to a company. What are they looking for? They're looking for things like, they want answers to their questions. So put that out there in front of them. And then you can take these videos and again, use these in your sales process to continually add value in those touch points. So these are a bunch of, types of content they can create on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, to vary it up, to mix it up. You don't want to just put out the same video every single day. In the next slide, I have a content calendar. So this is what a lot of our clients are using. Braga Brothers, awesome young company here in New Jersey. This is an example. I want to brag on them a little bit because everyone, can benefit from this. So here at the Jersey Shore, we don't have like a bunch of big roofing companies or big contracting companies. It's a bunch of small mom and pops. Well, the Braga Brothers are 3 young brothers under 25 years old. It's their second full year in business, and they've completely gone all in on video content, on social media, and they built up a powerful brand to where they're taking market share from companies that have been around for 10, 20, 30 years because they're young, they're showing their faces, they're showing their projects, they got video testimonials with their customers, like all these things, right? So you don't need to be a huge company, you don't need to have a huge budget, you just got to be consistent with this stuff. So this is an example content calendar that a lot of our clients are using right now. You can, switch it up as you want, but like, for example, meet the team Monday, okay? Show off your team on Monday. Before and after Tuesday. Wednesday could be a customer review or testimonial. Thursday could be an FAQ, like answer a question. Friday, highlight a local business, like Patrick mentioned. That's an amazing way to grow your following because you're highlighting another local business. You're helping them to become 5 Mile famous. You're tapping into their audience. You're going to help them market their business, which in turn helps you market your business. Saturday, share an educational tip. Sunday, maybe something fun about the community, whatever's going on, right? About your company, some funny stuff. You don't want to be talking about, roofs or HVAC or whatever it is you do all the time, because that's boring, right? You got to make it fun. You got to educate people, but also entertain people. So that's an example of a content calendar that you can steal to just take some of the thinking out of it. And this enables you to plan your content in advance. So you're not sitting there on a Tuesday morning being like, all right, I have to make a post on Tuesday. I haven't posted in like 4 days. What should I post? And it's this like not very well thought out piece of content that doesn't really provide a lot of value and doesn't really get you anything, right? When we plan things out, then we can get a little bit more creative, more intentional. We can get the videos edited and we can put out a better product, add more value, and get more value in return. So YouTube is a kind of a, an add-on I put here because I don't want to overwhelm you and tell you have to build out a YouTube channel. However, especially with these frequently asked questions videos, they are excellent to put onto a YouTube channel. Roof Crafters in the Southeast of the US does an excellent job at this. They answer a lot of questions on their YouTube channel. And what I like about it is they have a big team. So you might not have a big team. That's completely okay. We don't have a huge team either, right? But they have different members of their team answering questions here. Yeah, some of the owners are here, some that's other sales reps and project managers and things like that. But these are on YouTube where they're searchable. They can also be embedded on the website. They can also be used in the sales process. So if you are wanting to create a YouTube channel, I would focus on the FAQ model. It's very simple. It's very scalable. You kind of never run out of content to put up there. All right. So paid social media, real quick. I'll get into this. Like this is a whole in-depth topic. If you guys have questions on this, there are usually questions on this part. But what I talked about is Facebook and Instagram. Don't boost posts. I know Facebook makes it super attractive to hit that shiny blue boost button. It's like, hey, for $40, you can reach 2,000 people with this video and generate 17 leads. Well, you might, all right? You might, but it's kind of like rolling the dice. Like, don't have many expectations around it. Where you need to be operating is in the Facebook ads manager. That's where you're going to get the most control over, where your ads go, looking at the data, testing different things. That's where you're going to have the most control. You can run brand awareness ads. You can run lead generation ads. You can run retargeting ads, and you can use videos in all of these types of ads. Video is going to get a lot more engagement on social media. So those are just a few examples, just to plant some seeds in your head. We're not going to go deep on this topic, but just to plant some seeds so that you can get more mileage out of the videos that you already have and continue to stay in front of people that have already expressed interest in your company. So just a couple examples here, a couple of our clients, Blue Nail Roofing here in New Jersey, just, simple video talking about, they like to highlight GAF and highlight where they are in the local area. And then over on the right, we have Aesthetic Roofing out in Utah, and they're doing what we do. They're running a lot of their vertical reels as brand awareness videos, and they're targeting specific cities in their market. So these are things that it's not like, hey, I'm going to launch a video ad today and generate, 12 leads tomorrow. These are things that run continuously for a budget of like maybe $5 to $20 a day, nothing too crazy, but basically you're just dripping out your content to your market on a daily basis for, not a huge budget. So that's a way to get a lot of mileage again out of your videos. So again, just kind of recapping it, your goal is omnipresence, to be everywhere, to be that top of mind company in your area. When people have a need for the services that your company provides, you want yourself as like a sales rep or an owner and or your company to be the one that's like top of mind, that's mentioned, that's tagged, that's referred, and things like that. So I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions around social media marketing where it's like, hey, I'm going to publish this piece of content today and the leads are going to come flowing in, right? It does not work like that. This is about becoming omnipresent, becoming that top of mind company. And it's something that like the ROI on doing this consistently is really infinite. So I just want to leave you with that. I think that is my last slide.
Amazing. Well, thank you both, Patrick and Joseph, so much for teaching us all about this amazing video marketing. And, now that we've learned all of this, it's time to make sure that you're creating a really amazing experience at every point in the customer life cycle. And we can do so with video. So first, it's really important once you get that lead, as soon as they come in, you want to be following up. So you can send an automated email, a text message with those next steps, and really show that you're excited to work with them right away. You can use the videos that we just learned about to show things like overview of the process, information about your company, customer testimonials, whatever it is, just so that you can follow up with them and show them what you're all about. Using video in the sales process is a really great way to show that you are presenting a digital, modern in-home selling experience and leaving those brochures back at the office. So using videos at the kitchen table allows you to show rather than tell the homeowner what it is exactly that you do and how you are able to make that dream project a reality. And finally, after you make that sale, you want to create a really unique customer experience by providing those custom updates like Joe talked about. So you can use your phone to snap some quick photos, record a short update, and just maintain really great communication so that during that production experience, you are able to turn those customers into just raving fans that are ready to tell the entire world about how amazing you are. Luckily, you can do that all within the Leap platform. So first, let's start with turning views into leads. Something that I heard years ago that's actually always stuck with me is that social media is a rented space. You don't own it. It's not your website. It's not your email. It's not your CRM. It is a really great tool, as we've seen, to find new customers, show off who you are, create hot leads. But if you don't move those leads into your CRM right away, anything from an outage, which does happen on social media, to an algorithm change could mean that you're losing all of that hard work. So moving those leads from social is super easy by using a tool like Zapier to automate the lead creation right within Leap. So once that lead is created, Zapier will move it into Leap, and then you can set up automations so that the lead gets an email or a text with details about your company and those links like about the process, about the company, what to expect from the next steps. And they're not left wondering, hey, what's coming up next? All right. And then once you have that hot lead, you can turn them into a customer. So with Leap's in-home sales tool, Sales Pro, we have resources built in so that you can utilize the videos at the kitchen table. It's super simple to create a professional, modern experience. And all you have to do is flip around your iPad and present to the homeowner with those videos about how you work, what they can expect. We just recently had someone come and show us how their injector worked to help get our house level. And it's such a great experience to see that in a professional way right at the kitchen table, and learning so much about the company so that you can get that handshake on that first call. And then after you've made the sale, we want to provide that really great production experience to turn those customers into advocates for your company. So with Leap, we give you the ability to keep all of your emails and text messages within the job page so you can send those updates super easily. You can utilize the customer webpage, what we see here on the side, that shows things like how much a customer has left on their webpage, photo updates, their contract, some videos, or anything else that you want to make sure that the customer has at their fingertips and that they can access right away. And once you have that job completed, you've presented this really amazing experience for them using video in every point of the customer touch points. You can set up automation in Leap so that you send them a request to review your company. And you can even include a tool like Video Ask that allows you to send a request for a video testimonial that they can record on their own. You just send them the link. It has all the questions. They record it on their phone, send it back to you, and you're getting those testimonials automatically. Then we can start this process all over again and continue to turn leads into dollars.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa, Joe, and Patrick. And thank you, everybody, for sticking around to hear the entire presentation. If you would like to learn more from Patrick, Joseph, or Melissa, you're going to see a poll pop up on the screen. And you can indicate then if you are looking to get more information about video production, how to generate leads on social media, or learning more about how you can get those leads into your CRM faster. Awesome. I'll just keep it up for another minute or so. Alrighty. I'm going to end it in about 10 seconds. So if you're interested, let us know. Very good. All right, guys, I'm going to stop that now. Awesome. So we'll go into our Q&A now. We had a question for Patrick that I wanted to share. Let me pull it up real quick. They want to know if you have an Android, is there a different video setting than Apple, and which one should you use?
The short answer to the question is no. Depending on the phone, though, you may not see that it goes up to 60 frames per second. It may just go between 30 and 24. If that is the case, I suggest you go with the 30 instead of the 60. But you just play around with those numbers in the top right, or I think in some phones it may even be the bottom left, but for the most part, it's going to be the top right. And you want to get to that HD and that 60 if possible, if you're going to plan on posting that video over to a platform.
Great, thank you. The next one is for Joe. How much should I be spending on paid ads, and when should I stop paying for ads?
It depends on your goal. I don't think you should ever stop paying for ads. Like I said, some of our clients are literally running brand awareness ads for $5 a day, or retargeting ads, which means serving ads on Facebook and Instagram to people who have visited your website, who have engaged with your social media. So just simply following them around. And some of those are literally on $2 to $3 a day. So I don't think you should ever stop that. As far as a budget, again, it depends on where you're at and where you want to be. So that is really hard to answer without a lot of context. However, a lot of marketing companies will say, hey, Melissa, we're going to start working together. Let's establish a budget of $5,000 of ad spend a month. And we want to throw a bunch of things out there, really get some data in and see what's working and all that stuff. I call baloney on that, right? Because if they know what they're doing, they don't have to learn on your dime, right? They should have a blueprint for what works. So what we work on with our clients specifically is we'll say, let's start at a budget of $30 to $50 a day. And let's focus on a small area. Let's get something that's working in terms of generating appointments that turn into sales. And then once it's working, then we can double down on that, copy and paste that campaign into another geographic area. So our clients are usually starting at about $1,000 to $1,500 a month as far as a Facebook and Instagram budget. We have some clients that spend 5 figures a month, but it just depends on kind of, where you're at. But that's a good starting point. But just that philosophy of starting small and getting something working and then expanding it instead of just throwing a bunch of things out there, that would be my recommendation.
Great, thank you. Patrick, one more question for you. How are you measuring video content's influence on sales and marketing?
Well, great question. The videos that we create, not all of them are used for sales. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say we create a commercial for a company. And that commercial is then therefore used, as Joe just said, to put $50 behind it in a small area, and they want to generate leads with that commercial. Well, we're going to judge the success of that commercial at that time by how many leads it's going to generate. However, though, we also create something like a process video. A process video walks your client through the process of what they can expect from the time they call into your company until the time they leave you a 5-star review. I'm not going to judge the success of that video based on how many views or leads it's able to bring in, because it's going to be used internally to establish your brand and to show people that the expectation is going to meet the reality of what they're going to get out there. So it depends on the video that we're creating. But as much as we love beautiful content here at Blue Collar Media Group and creating it, the fact is that some videos are lead generation videos, and they need to be judged accordingly. And if we can find something that is going to generate leads in one area, I think Joe would agree with me. Once something works in one place, we want to just mimic that success in other places. And then use that content, like Joe said, to be evergreen in other locations. And that's when things really start to become special. But it depends on the video in which we're creating it for and the purpose of that video. I hope that answered the question as clearly as I could.
Yeah. Joseph, do you have anything to add to that, or would you agree?
I don't want to disagree with Patrick. He'll beat me up. No, I
agree.
Absolutely, yeah. He covered it.
Awesome.
I feel like you might disagree with me.
We can move on. What are some common mistakes, Joe, people make when presenting content for the first time?
Man, I think the biggest one is the mindset. It's like, okay, I need to have everything perfect before I start, or I don't like the way I look on camera, or this other company down in my town is doing a great job, and if I can't do a professional video like that, I don't want to do anything, or I'm wondering what people are going to think about me. So a lot of that kind of, just the mental hurdle to getting started with it. That would be a big one. But once you get over that, one of the things that I do, I create videos every week, not every day, but every week, is I'm always thinking about like, what is the takeaway for this piece of content that someone's going to get. So I'm putting out a video that you guys can consume for free, right? It's not going to cost you money to watch my video. However, you are investing your time, your energy, your attention into, spending a minute up to 10 minutes of my video, whatever it might be. So that has to be valuable. So I have to think about like, what takeaway is Melissa going to get? Is Patrick going to get from this video? How is their life or their business or both going to be better, after having watched that video than it was before? And I think too many companies, they make it about themselves. Like, hey, look what we're doing. We're doing this awesome project and we're doing this and we're doing that. And it's all about them. And everyone wants to know, like, what's in it for me? It's like, what's the value? So start with that. Like, think about that nugget that you want someone to walk away with, and then like create your video around that. That's a big thing. Even before and after, right? Before and after pictures. I know we're talking about video here, but like before and after pictures, like, hey, look at this awesome transformation. We can't get enough of this before and after, like we at the company, right? People don't really care, but like tell a little bit of story about that. Like, hey, here's what this, this home had this ugly, blue siding before we came in, given this option and this option, the other option. They ended up going with a nice James Hardy siding. It looks amazing. And they have this warranty and it's going to last for 30 years. just tell a little bit of a story about that to, connect with people and add some value other than like, hey, look what we did. So that's a big one right there.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, that's all we got for you today, everybody. Thank you for joining us to learn more about video marketing for your contracting business. We appreciate you all signing up and hope you learned some strategies that you can take with you to generate revenue for your company. If you missed the earlier poll and would like to learn more, you can head over to all of our websites, or you can email me directly. My email is dbash, B-A-S-C-H, @leap2digital.com, and I will forward your requests on. All right, guys. Thank you,
Thank you.
speakers, for joining us, and everybody
Thank you
have a
very
great
much.
day.